Hi, Quinn here from SEO Works. You might have asked, what is SEO? Well, you found the right video. We've been doing SEO for a long time at SEO Works. We've learned a thing or two that we'd like to share with you. Whether you're a small business or a large enterprise, the question about what is SEO has certainly come up. So buckle up. If you're looking for a quick yet comprehensive guide to SEO, you found the place. Before we start, you should know, if you're looking for someone to come in and just SEO your site up, you don't have to wait to the end of this video. Go ahead and click the link here and we'll get you set up with a free, no strings attached SEO analysis that will get you started today. Here's what you can expect for the next couple of minutes in this video. We want to talk about what is SEO, why is it important, how to determine if you need it, and what are the next steps that you can take right now. Okay, so what is SEO? SEO is an acronym for search engine optimization, or the act of optimizing a site for the purpose of aiding search engines. Ultimately, a search engine is concerned that people using their service find what they're looking for quick and easy. Google and other search engines have provided a list of guidelines that anyone can read right here that help us understand what their algorithms and their indicators are looking for to promote any given site. These guidelines, coupled with our own iterations and tests, give us considerable guidance on how we might optimize for search engines. Search engines can be found on other apps like YouTube or Amazon, where posters can optimize their pages or their products to be more appropriately found in those indexes. Now, SEO can also be used as a noun to describe a person. For example, I might say that I am an SEO, or I am a person who optimizes sites for the purpose of aiding search engines. Ultimately, there are two definitions that are important for us to understand before we can dive into what is SEO. They are, number one, crawling, and number two, indexing. Crawling is the act of sending out spiders or bots to already acquired URLs via either sitemaps or otherwise. Once these URLs are crawled, they find new URLs on those pages and crawl those, and subsequently further through the site. This process continues on and on until these bots and spiders bring these URLs back to Google so that they can be indexed. Now, what I often tell people to help them understand this concept is to think of the index much like a library. The library has their Dewey Decimal System. Essentially, it's a set of rules that consist across all libraries that indicate to library goers and librarians how a book is indexed so it can be found appropriately. Google and other search engines have their set of rules, algorithms, to help them understand where they index appropriately. I, and the many SEOs out there, are the librarians. You, the website owner, are the great author of the book. Now, it's important that the librarian or the SEO understands the book as well as the author. This way, they can organize the book in a way that is understood by the algorithms, the rules, best, so that they can be best placed in the index where they belong. This all gets really tricky because there are many books going on the shelves every day, billions. You not only have to know the rules for yourself, but you need to know them better than your competitors so that you can optimize your book in a way that's going to be promoted over theirs. Google is enhancing their algorithms all the time. Currently, Google is concerned with natural language processing, or NLP, which they're addressing through BERT. While we don't have time to get into algorithms and all the updates in this video, suffice it to say that all the algorithms, the machine learning, and updates are looking to understand the intent of search query. Meaning, Google wants to understand the context around any given keyword and a query so that they can more appropriately serve the results that are meaningful to that query. Google also has a group of people that they call search quality raters. These quality raters use the guidelines that we mentioned before to search sites and understand the quality of the value that they're providing. So what does this all mean? It means that there are active measures that we have to take to optimize for each of these components: the quality raters, the guidelines, the algorithms, the machine learning, and so on. Now, it is widely accepted by most SEOs or optimizers out there that there are three major components to SEO. So when asking the question, what is SEO? We have to talk about the three most important pillars of SEO, which are number one, on-page SEO, number two, off-page SEO, and number three, technical SEO. While we'll touch briefly on each of these areas of SEO in this video, watch for subsequent videos where we'll take deep dives into each area and then specific components to each area. Number 1, on-page SEO. On-page SEO refers to the targeting of keywords or keyword groups semantically or thematically related. Targeting a keyword on page can be done in multiple areas: through title tags, meta descriptions, H1s or main headers, using the keyword in meaningful ways throughout the page, ensuring that we talk about the keyword in a comprehensive manner, addressing multiple components of what the intent of that keyword might be. To do this, it's important that we understand all the possible keywords out there that we might be interested in, so that we can more appropriately group them and map them to existing pages or new pages that we need to build on our site. Doing this will ensure that we can attack multiple keywords that have similar intent on the appropriate page. It also allows us to organize our site in a way that the hierarchy of the site is representative of the importance of the page, all with the intent of not duplicating content around the same topics or keywords, but still ensuring that we're covering a wide range of top, middle, and bottom of funnel keywords. Number 2, off-page SEO. Off-page SEO is the work that's taking place not on any given page on your site. Part of the rules or algorithms set by search engines is to understand the legitimacy of your site, not only by yourself, but by what others have to say about you. So search engines look for authentic backlinks or links from other sites to yours to help indicate domain authority. This can be difficult because it involves other people. Now, while you can impact EAT or EAT, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness by the quality of your own content, it's imperative that you have others linking back to you to influence EAT. And there are a series of ways or strategies that you can go about acquiring authentic backlinks. Now, while every area of SEO can be done wrong, off-page SEO often attracts nefarious black hat practices, which can and ultimately will hurt your site. In a perfect world, your content, your products, and your services would be so good and unique that they would naturally grab people's attention and people would naturally backlink to you. Unfortunately, there's a lot out there and the world is full of skeptical people. So we have to nurture this process authentically. We go out and find the right people with the right industry and the right audience to give us an authentic backlink. To do this, outreaching with email or guest posting are a couple of strategies that you can implement to help acquire these authentic backlinks. And number 3, technical SEO. Technical SEO happens to be my favorite area of SEO. Now, as we mentioned before, Google and other search engines have spiders and bots that crawl your site, all with the intent of understanding and replicating your site and the site experience. If your site is slow or clunky or poorly organized or has errors, Google might say, this isn't an experience that we want to serve up to our users, in fear that they won't want to come back and use our service. Essentially, Google is searching for websites that do the best at what they do in order to give their users the best experience possible. So we want to minimize the errors that bots might find in order to provide the best user experience both to bots and ultimately users who the bots are optimizing for. So technical SEO is concerned with checking status codes of pages, robots.txt files, site hierarchy, navigation structure, crawl depth of pages, site speed, URL loops and hops. The technical jargon goes on and on. All of these are intended to create a smooth experience for both bots and humans. So why is SEO important? Hopefully we don't need to talk about why marketing is important in general. Suffice it to say that people can't buy what they don't know about. So then why SEO? There are 3 major benefits that attract a large portion of marketers. Number 1, traffic from SEO is free. Number 2, SEO traffic is generally consistent. And number 3, the audience size of Google's reach is massive. In short, you have to be where the people are. There are roughly 4.36 billion internet users with over 4 billion users on Google alone. People aren't looking in the yellow pages anymore. They're asking Google for recommendations, for definitions, and for solutions. So how can you determine that you need SEO? We'd be lying to you if we told you that SEO is the end-all be-all. But it is certainly a large piece of the digital marketing pie. But ultimately, it's simple. You must be doing SEO to be found on Google. One last quick metaphor. I often tell people who are contemplating PPC or other digital marketing channels over SEO and how they compare. While PPC might be like a plumber's job, where you pay a plumber for a part and their labor, and the plumber fixes the part and voila, the sink works. SEO, on the other hand, is far more like a garden. The gardener has to watch the soil, the water, the pH level, the sun, the wind, and iterate to make the garden work. And voila, organic traffic. So as you determine what's important for your digital marketing strategy, you might ask yourself what you have budget for and where your priorities are. So the last step, what do you do now? What are the next steps that you can take? Well, as always, you have options. Hopefully we've provided you enough in this video and in subsequent videos and through the resources found on our site to get you started. You can always start tinkering on your own. Now, while we don't want to scare you, there certainly are wrong ways, but that's okay. We all have to learn. At the end of the day, we obviously recommend that you find a team of experts that can help you implement all the aspects to on-page, off-page, and technical SEO to get your site on Google. We definitely feel that the time, money, and frustration ultimately saved far outweighs the month-to-month no contract premiums that we offer. But hey, if you're caught at crossroads and you don't know which route to go, we've got you covered. You can click here for a free, no strings attached SEO analysis that will give you ample opportunities to start with today. If you decide to take them on, awesome. We hope you go down the thought process that over 500 other small and large businesses have done and hire a team of experts at SEO Works to get the job done for you. So there you have it. As promised, we gave some depth to what is SEO and kept it light for those that are just starting out. We wish you luck. And as always, we encourage you to like and subscribe to stay up on the latest on all things SEO. Because let's be honest, SEO works.